morning, everyone. I'm excited to welcome you to Dallas Habitat's 4th annual Down Payment Assistance Expo. My name is Aretha Higgins, and I have the privilege of leading Dallas Habitat's Home Ownership Center alongside an amazing team who empower thousands of first-time home buyers annually to prepare for and achieve the dream of home ownership. To Habitat, our mission is to make home ownership something we all can afford. And we know that one of the best ways to reduce your out-of-pocket costs and accelerate your home buying timeline is by accessing down payment assistance. Today, we're showcasing 8 fantastic partners who will share how these programs work, who qualifies, and how much money is available. What's better is that many of these programs can even be combined. No matter where you want to put down roots, I promise you there's a program here today for you. Be sure to send us your questions throughout the event by using the Q&A box at the bottom of your screen or through the chat box. And stick around for our live Q&A session right after our last presenter. Community events like these simply cannot happen without our generous sponsors. We would certainly like to thank Mr. Cooper Group and State Farm, whose support has made today's event possible. We're incredibly grateful to our presenters and our community partners who are joining us today as well. Lastly, we are recording this event, and a link to this website with the recording and contact information of all the presenters will be sent via email by midweek. This recording will also be in Spanish. The following week, we will send out a link to all questions that we are unable to get to today. We know there are going to be a lot of questions in the chat, and unfortunately, we will not be able to get to all questions, but we will get to them and send you a link in a couple of weeks. We also would like to go ahead and start. So without further ado, I'd like to introduce to you Dallas Habitat's very own HUD Certified Housing Counselor, Mr. Christian Marquez. Welcome, Christian.
Thank you, Rita. Good morning to everyone. Hope you guys are having a great Saturday morning. I am actually enjoying it out in my neighborhood park. So let's get going. I am going to share my screen. So first and foremost, we want to thank you again. My name is Christian Marquez. I'm a senior homeownership counselor here with Dallas Area Habitat for Humanity. I am HUD certified, so we're excited to bring you guys a DPA Expo for the 4th time. So definitely make sure you guys are taking notes. You guys are definitely leaving some questions in the chat box. And if you have any questions for us, definitely do not hesitate to leave it in the chat box. Again, thank you guys for being here with us, and let's get going. So again, what is Dallas Habitat, right? So Dallas Area Habitat for Humanity supports first-time home buyers through ways of homeownership counseling, home buyer and financial education, and of course, our affordable home ownership program, right? And so these are kind of some of our programs within Dallas Area Habitat that help you become what we call mortgage ready, right? So we know being a first-time home buyer, that is a challenging, right? And so we applaud each and every one of you guys, all the partners that are here today, applaud you for being here to get that information, right? And to know, hey, what is available for me if I'm looking in the city of Dallas, right? In the city of Irving, or if I'm buying in the state of Texas, or what this lender has to offer, right? So again, we're hoping you guys will learn a little bit about the DPA, right? Now, a little bit about Habitat and our homeownership counseling, right? Because we are a HUD agency, we do one-on-one counseling, right? That's personalized to our client situation, right? Our goal is to get you mortgage ready within 6 to 12 months. And again, we are certified to make sure that we help you go through the obstacles needed to make sure you are mortgage ready, right? So if that's anything with credit, income, debt to income ratios, we kind of go into that, right? Of course, financial education, right? You guys are here, right? We have webinars, we have live webinars, we have our HUD certification class, we have PocketWise, we have stuff you can catch on demand. So at any time, at any point, exactly this video as well, this DPA Expo today, you will see that in our website. So definitely check that out. Majority of our education, I like to say 95% of it is free. The only thing that usually people have to pay for is our HUD class. But again, if you're in our counseling program, we actually also have a discount there for you as well. And again, our own homeownership program, right? So Dallas Area Habitat, we build affordable homes. So we'll get into that later. But as you guys know, we build on average between 30 to 50 homes in the city or area of the Dallas County area. And so people go through our program right, to be able to get a home, right? And so we want to make sure that we maintain that long-term housing affordability. So just a little bit about Dallas Area Habitat. Now, who qualifies for our programs, right? So you guys will be listening and hearing kind of from every other partner, but we all do specific and different ways and ratios on how that works, right? So a little bit about that, right? How do you become mortgage ready? Or when you become mortgage ready, what's next, right? So again, one thing that you're gonna be aware about is that for something with mortgage readiness, it means that you have a stable income, right? We have good credit score. Usually the credit score want to be around anywhere 620 to 640. And we have at least $3,000 to $4,000 saved, right? Especially now with inflation and the prices going up. We try to update that number every couple of years because again, you want to have some skin in the game, right? Now for our DPA program and for you to come through Dallas Area Habitat and receive a Dallas Area Habitat home or have the option to get a Dallas Area Habitat home, you have to be under 80% AMI or lower, right? Area medium income. So AMI is set by HUD. HUD is the Housing and Urban Development Department of the United States, right? Our property tax pay that, our taxes dollars pay for that. And so again, this is money that is set for us to be able to help, right? And so just know here in the bottom, you guys are seeing in the bottom guideline, we have the 80% AMI income limits. These usually change in May or June, depending on the department or company you work with. We update those numbers. And so depending on your household size, right? So we see there's a difference between a household of one, right? Household of three, household of five. There's different incomes that will put you at 80%, right? And again, when we talk about income, we're talking about your annual gross income. So that's pre-tax, right? And so again, just know for Habitat, you also still have to meet the loan qualifications. And again, every loan product has different types of different ways to share, right? So just know this is good information for you guys to know. And again, if in our program, one thing I tell people is that, hey, we're not just getting you ready to buy a house with Habitat, right? When we say mortgage ready, we also say you're going to buy a house in the open market. So even if you decide not to go with Habitat, because again, Habitat's not for everyone, we do have options where we help you in the open market, and a lot of these guidelines also transition to those programs. So I'm glad you guys are here. Again, we'll talk about it more in detail later. Now, with that being said, what type of financial assistance is available with Dallas Area Habitat? So for those who qualify, again, here at Dallas Area Habitat, our loan, right? Drum roll, right? And people say this is not people say this is a typo, Christian. I'm like, no, our rates are 0%. That's right. Here at Dallas Area Habitat, if you buy a house with Dallas Area Habitat through one of our homes, you are paying 0%. Right. So, right. Amazing. Definitely let me know in the chat if that's awesome or not. Has anyone heard about it? You know, we have other partners that do something similar to it, but again, 0%, right? That's the number one thing. Again, this is a 30-year fixed term loan. So again, just be aware. Also, another benefit of our down payment assistance program, and again, that's why we're all here, is we also offer $8,000 down in assistance, right? And there's also no additional down payment required besides what we call our sweat equity, right? And so people are doing sweat equity by doing education, you know, going on the build site, working at our wash shop, and also working at our restores. So there's different ways that you can make money, and we don't want you just to be able to do it financially, but also we want you to do it physically and with some sweat, right? And of course, we also have in-house closing costs. So again, we talked about down payment, closing costs, right? So these are things that we also assist you with. So just be able to be aware of. And also one of our benefits is that you can actually stack this with other funding sources, right? For example, FHLB and then the help program. So just be aware Dallas Area Habitat homes currently in the market range with taxes and insurance. You're looking at about on average between $950 to $200 for a mortgage, right? That's insane. So that's the benefit of our program. And again, it might not be for everyone, but this is just kind of speaking Dallas Area Habitat, right? So amazing work, amazing work. Now, what else can you do, right? Well, did you guys know that Habitat also can connect you with different DPA programs, right? We have Tammy with the city of Dallas, right? A great partner of ours. We also help get you connected with them because again, if buying an open market is a better situation for you because you might want to live in a specific area that we're not building in, we also have the connections, right? As a counselor, we are unbiased, right? We are part of your team and we work for you and you don't work for us, right? And so we're here to give you the best advice and give you education and then let you decide what works best for you. And again, we're versed in different programs. We stay up to date with education. We also, all the counselors here and people that work for Habitat are staying tuned and learning from other partners because again, things change every year, right? Different type of income, different type of policies and procedures that change. So we want you to make sure you are aware about any affordable loan products, right? Any great professionals and assistant programs. And again, choosing with Habitat or open market, we're just here to make sure that we help you through the whole process. And then of course, a few resources The research that we have, again, we have the pre-screen tool. That's something that we currently have not active at the moment, but you can go on our website at dallasareahabitat.org/home counseling, and you can leave your name and email. And once we open back up our application process, you will be notified so you can apply. Okay, so that is coming soon. One thing you guys can also do is the home buyer and financial education, right? Again, we talked about it, right? Live webinars, PocketWise, our on demand, and of course our HUD courses. This is all online for free, except the HUD class, right? So again, if you don't know where to start, if you don't know where to go with a real estate agent, or the realtor or a lender, this is a great point, right? So even if you don't want to spend any money or work with a counselor, education is free, right? All you're taking is your time and just having an internet connection. You can do this, right? And we all have a smartphone, so that's gonna work best for everyone. And again, right, PocketWise, it's a self-guided tool. It's on our website as well with the partnership with EverFi. And so definitely just be aware that we want to make sure that we can reach you anywhere, right? And so as you guys see, we're here virtual today in this DPO Expo. All our programs are digital first, and that's why we currently are offering most of our education and programming all online, 100%. So awesome resources. Again, if you guys have any questions, check us out. We have all this here for you guys. And with that being said, I want to say thank you guys so much. I hope you guys got some good information. And again, check out our website at dallasareahabitat.org. And I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your Saturday. You guys take care.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Christian, for sharing so much great information about Dallas Habitat. 0% interest. But what we stress at Dallas Habitat is financial education, because we truly believe that's how you're going to be a successful home buyer. So as Christian stated, please go to our website, attend our classes. We have them monthly. This is the start. This is how you start, and this is how you're going to be a successful home buyer. It's getting that knowledge. It's changing your mindset. So please join us. And without further ado, we're going to go ahead and just keep this ball rolling. And I you all are taking notes. We are going to introduce our next speaker. He is a preferred realtor of ours. A preferred lender of ours. And Kip Dixon works with us consistently. He is always going above and beyond for Dallas Habitat. So it gives me great pleasure to welcome Kip Dixon, AVP Community Development with Cadence Bank. Welcome, Kip.
Hi, Aretha, and wow, that was awesome. And thank y'all again for putting me behind Christian. That's very nice of y'all and very kind. The man is amazing, and he represents Habitat like no other. And I'm just honored to be here as part of this program today. As Aretha noted, my name is Kip Dixon. I'm with Cadence Bank. We are I like to say we're a big bank, but in many ways we're so small, and we're able to do things that help our clients. And I'm just very lucky and grateful to be a part of a great company. And so what I'm going to do today, I'm going to speak to some specific programs that we have that address our helping with the down payment assistance, helping our community. And with that, that will we have so many different products, but again, I just want to speak to our right at home products, because that is really key to helping our clients be able to become homeowners, and it's our affordable product. We have several products, but again, I want to speak to the ones that will help navigate the homeownership journey for our clients. And so I'm going to go straight to those to that chart, specifically the right at home. So Cadence Bank, our vision is to help people, companies. So to do that, we need to meet certain, the bars and where they are in their financial journey. So we tailored this program to bars mainly for low to moderate income areas within the qualified income limits. As you heard Christian speak to the 80% AMI, area median income. And with this product, it's up to 100% financing. 30-year fixed rate, no mortgage insurance requirement, and the fees are significantly reduced. And you can use this product to purchase or refinance your primary residence. It is a wonderful product. I've seen others on the market as well. But what I can tell you, I've been doing this so there's ways that I can help you look up a property and make sure that that property qualifies because it may qualify for a certain other programs as well. And if it's income, that's a concern. We created another, which is our right at home emerging communities, which we can go up to 200% of our AMI, which is, I think I did a calculation. That's right you can make income up to 205,400, and that is more to help the middle class, which is we've noticed that just there weren't any products out there to address that niche market as well, and so I have another chart which will speak to the difference in how we do that, but it's the same thing. It's 100% financing, 30-year fixed rate, no MI, and the conforming loan amounts, which is for Dallas area assessment area, is 766,550 for a loan amount. So that opens up many doors to help clients who may not have or make too much or not just doesn't have an opportunity to use a special program like such. But it's best for borrowers that are on the pathway growth, but help, but don't have sufficient savings. And as many most of our incomes have not that much, but because we're having to use our money to pay for for things, and our money's not as going as far as we would like it to go. And so this is a wonderful program for that, for our clients in that situation. This chart right here is actually, I pull this up to show you the comparisons. So our right at home is considered for our low or moderate income track, that you are at the 80% area median income or below, or pretty much if that track is considered per the GEO-FFIEC code, a low or moderate income census tract. Again, I'm throwing out these names or what have you, but if you want more information, just give me a call and I can walk you through it. And once you see how I fish, then you can fish as well, and then we can work together. And if not me, whoever you're working with, we're here to help you become a homeowner, whether it's with me or anyone else. That's my commitment to our community within the DFW area. And so right at home also middle or upper income census tract. So that is where pretty much if your income is 80% of the MSA's estimated median family income, and that is like it changes like in June, July, as Christian was saying, but right now it's currently it's 82,160 for the Dallas assessment area. And again, going to the right at home emerging communities, which is one of my favorite products, is it's if you're in a majority minority census tract and you're you meet the qualifications of 80 to 200% of the area median income, middle upper income census tract, then you will qualify for this program. So I've had clients who may find let's just say, city of Garland, make certain portions may be majority minority, but other portions may not. So we have to look that address up. And if it is majority minority, then, no matter what, you will qualify for this program, no matter what your income is. And so again, go deeper with a call, but these are really much our pretty great products. And then I just want to speak to one other that we do that we don't speak too much about is we're truly proud to honor and celebrate those in our community who depend to make our lives safe by offering a $500 savings at closing when they purchase or refinance their primary residence, our community heroes. And that is something that I truly am proud and honored to be able to work with, especially our teachers, our first responders, nurses, and veterans and law enforcement. I have a really good track record with working with members of those communities, and I will be honored to help as many as I possibly can. Um, these programs that I've spoken about, we actually can layer them. Several on this call today I've worked with Christian a great bit with Habitat. I absolutely love the Dallas UpCap and Dallas DHAP program. Tammy is phenomenal, and I can't wait for y'all to hear from her. FHLB, which is right behind coming up next, is one of my lovely programs that I simply love. And I can just go on and TSHAC and TDHCA. So, again, we try to look at ways to help you get into a home. And I want people to be discouraged because today you may get a no, but you know what, tomorrow, next week, next month, next year, you may get a yes. So it's a process. And right now, we're trying to make sure that you just keep the eye on the prize. And with all the help you have on this call today, and thank God it's being recorded, you will be able to be made, and we'll help you become homeowners. And so I'm gonna go to this slide right here because when someone says why would I choose Cadence Bank? We do have niche products that are specific to certain areas of our communities that we have. But I chose Cadence Bank because I saw a need there, and they put me in a role where I could address that need and helping people become homeowners. One of the things I pride myself on is helping those where so many others would just look at them and say, nope, we're not able to help you. We can't do this for you, or what have you. But I'm always striving to find and connect people, because if I can't help you, I would definitely find someone who can, and I will continue to work with you. I have worked with clients who I wasn't able to close for whatever reason, but I put them in contact with some of my contacts that are actually on this call today, and we found people to help them, because again, it's all about getting you to become homeowners. And the other thing I'm proud about is my production support. My processor, my head of operations, my management, we're all here nearby. It's not like I'm having a call to Arizona or California to get help, or New York. I mean, my people are right here, and some right across the hall. So, that is important to be able to just walk across the hall or pick up the phone and get an answer. Another thing is the efficient processing. If we receive something, we're going to try to get you closed. We're not going to say, okay, oh gosh, it's 30 days, but if we can get it done in 20 and you do your part, we're going to work with you and get it done. And another thing we do that I'm very proud of, we retain the servicing of the majority of our loans that we originate, pretty much giving you peace of mind that your loan is not going to be passed along every year to a different servicer where you're having to make payments to. So, and that's something that's very important, especially in our community where, spam, you're getting so many different types of requests every day. And so we pride ourselves in that. And, now will we sell some loans? Yeah, there will be some sold, but the majority we do keep. And the final thing that I will say of why I choose Cadence Bank, it truly is our commitment to DEI. And we do take the measures to support emerging markets. That is key, as well as the diversity and inclusion within the community of our within our communities and organization. And I speak this, I hear from the top. It is not just words. They are truly committed to this, the company itself. And and I thank y'all for allowing me the opportunity to speak to y'all. And I just want to say thank you to Habitat for being a great partner, and to all those that are coming after me that I partner with and have helped us give grants to other organizations. I can't say enough about how appreciative I am on behalf of Cadence Bank. And again, thank you. Reach out to me if you have questions. We're here to help you. And I'm gonna turn it back to you, Aretha, because I could talk all day because I'm very passionate about this.
Thank you so much, Kip. Yes, that's what we love about you, your passion. And like you said, we're all working together. Our goal is the same. It's just to make sure that we can help as many people in the community be able to, become home buyers. That's what the object of this whole program is today, to give you all some resources. And so our next presenter is going to be Miss Renee Singleton. She's a senior affordable housing analyst with the Federal Home Loan Bank of Dallas. And we would like to bring Miss Renee up. Welcome, Renee.
Good morning. Thank you so much. Good morning, everyone. I am Renee Singleton with the Federal Home Loan Bank of Dallas. And I just want to personally thank all of you, especially Habitat, for everything that you do in the community, and for giving us the opportunity to speak today to discuss our home equity leverage partnership program, which provides down payment and closing cost assistance. First, I'm going to give a brief overview of the Federal Home Loan Bank, the Home Equity Leverage Partnership Program, which you will hear me reference as HELP, the eligibility requirements, the required documentation, the funding process, and our contact information. The Federal Home Loan Bank of Dallas, the system was created by an act of Congress under the Hoover administration in July of 1932, so that we could support mortgage lending and related community investments. Now, one may assume that because of our name that we're a part of the federal government. However, we're actually regulated by the Federal Housing Finance Agency, and we're organized as a cooperative and owned by approximately 800 members and associate institutions. We operate independently as a government-sponsored enterprise, similar to Fannie Mae, without taxpayer assistance. The programs actually come out of the income that we actually make 10% of our prior year's net earnings. The system is for our banks, credit unions, community development financial institutions, thrifts, and insurance companies. Our 5-state district is Arkansas, Louisiana, New Mexico, and Texas. The 2024 application window opened January 2nd, 2024, and we actually opened up with $15.5 million. The program specifics, of course, is down payment and closing cost assistance for qualified first-time home buyers. This year, we actually award up to $20,000 for each home buyer. Now, if you recall last year, that we actually had where if the member originated the loan, then it would be up to $15,000. And then if the intermediary, such as Habitat or sponsor, if they originated the loan, then it was up to $8,000. So this year, regardless of who originates the loan, you can receive up to $20,000 regardless, as long as the member institution satisfies all requirements. Now, also, as Christian stated, you can stack. The funds are stackable. You can receive additional down payment assistance. Just make sure that all grants or loans are listed on the closing disclosure or the estimate. All U.S. property locations are eligible for the HELP assistance on a first come, first served basis until the funds are exhausted or until December 31st of this year. The requirements. The applicants must qualify as a first-time home buyer. Now, this is going to apply to anyone that will be listed on the closing disclosure. This will be demonstrated through the first-time home buyer attestation form, which is located in our 2024 funding manual, and we also have it in the Spanish version. The applicant's income must be at or below 80% of the area median income. Now, on our website, for simplicity, we do include our 5-state district, which can be found at fhlb.com. And we also include the website for the HUD that you can go to get anyone that's outside of the district. So as you can see below, we have included that. Sometimes we have our member institutions that they want to help the applicants and they're outside of our district, and as stated, all US locations are eligible. The home buyer cannot receive any cash back, so we have to make sure that that is listed. Now, please understand that the home buyer must contribute at least $500 of out-of-pocket expenses. Now, it can not be gifted. It can be the earnest money. And also, they can't receive cash back at closing. It's strictly prohibited. The reason for that, excuse me, is because we are assisting. And if we see that there's cash back, then you would have to take a principal reduction, or some possibility that, excuse me, I'm so sorry, that we may have to recapture the subsidy. The documentation that we will need a completed funding manual, which can be located on our website, income documentation, pay stubs, verification of employment, Social Security award letters, etc. Now, we will need a preliminary closing disclosure or loan estimate. On the documents, we do require that our help grant is listed and the amount that's requested. The minimum contribution, it needs to show there's no cash back. And we're going to require a copy of the loan home buyer counseling course. Now, when giving the certification for the counseling course, the only thing that we care about, honestly, is that that person is equipped and understands what they're actually counseling the home buyers on. So we don't have any specific rules with that. You can definitely also go to the HUD website. They have a list if you need some recommendations. The final documentations. Now, 30 days after we disperse, we will need a signed final closing disclosure, signed and dated by the home buyer. And then 60 days after, we will need a copy of a recorded deed restriction with the property's legal description. It should also include the amount for the subsidy, the correct retention period start date, which needs to be the same as the date indicated on the final closing disclosure. The deed restriction. Now, the deed restriction is recorded against the property, and it's only recorded for the direct subsidy amount that is requested and approved, and it will need to be signed at closing and recorded as a standalone document shortly after. The reason we do ask that it is signed at closing is because sometimes there's confusion on the date that they actually put in the retention period. It needs to be the disbursement date that's actually on that CD. So not the date they're assuming that they're going to close, the date they actually close and the disbursement is done. The grant is forgiven monthly until the homeowner has lived in the home for 5 years. The deed restriction will need to include the state, the county, the applicant's name, physical address, and the direct subsidy amount with the legal description. They have Exhibit A, so it's a 2-page document. So Exhibit A is where the legal description will go. And the homeowner should maintain this document for the length of the retention period, which is 5 years, along with any improvements made to the property. The reason we do ask that they keep receipts and things, any improvement to the properties, because if it is sold within the 5 years, then possibility that they will not have to pay back. So we'll take everything into account, everything they've done to the property in hopes that they do not have to pay back. If it is $2,500 or less, then we will waive it. Now, our funding process is actually quite simple. We just need a completed request that is submitted to us through one of our member institutions. Now, it may take about 5 to 7 business days to review it. And if we don't have to correspond back and forth to get additional information. So we give it 5 to 7 business days to fund the request. Now, upon approval of the funding, the funds are directly deposited into our member institution's account that they hold with us. And then they disperse it accordingly. So we just do not disperse out to title agents or anyone. We disperse to our members who submitted the information to us, the application, and then they disperse out. Our program, in any program, and I would recommend that you do go to our website because we have so many programs that are beneficial for first-time home buyers, just for home ownership, rehab, things of sort. You would go to our website at www.fhlb.com and you would select Community Programs tab at the top. Now, of course, for this webinar, we're going to select the Home Equity Leverage Partnership Program. Any selection that you do, we have SNAP, DRA, things of such. You would just select that in the drop down, and like home equity, you would go to the left, and there you will see the requirements, the funding process, and the enrollment process. And then also at the bottom, you'll see participating members. Now, we do not sway to say, go to this member, you go to who you're more comfortable with. Now, the members that are listed on this, they want you to contact them. They request that we do list them on our website. So they want to help you just as much as we do. Now, I know that that was fast, sweet, and short. So I have our contact information here. So definitely please contact us by phone. That's 1-800-362-2944 or by email, ahp@fhlb.com. You can contact me directly. I am Renee, or anyone within my team would be more than happy to assist you. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Ms. Renee. We appreciate you sharing all that great information. And if you all have not gotten excited by now, did you all hear what she said? FHLB Dallas will provide up to $20,000 toward down payment and closing cost assistance. Guys, the money is out there, okay? You have to use these resources. For those of you who are just logging on, what I want you to know is that this webinar is being recorded. So it will be recorded in English and Spanish, and you will receive a copy of the link to access this webinar by midweek. Again, that's just a friendly reminder to you all. So again, we're going to keep rolling because we have more speakers and great information to share. Up next, we have Ms. Ann Green. She's the Senior Mortgage Loan Officer with American National Bank of Texas. Welcome, Ms. Ann.
Greetings, everyone. Happy Saturday. Thank you, Aretha. It is such an honor to be here and to be a presenter and be a part of this, I would say, movement. This is an actual movement, a home buyer, home ownership movement. And I'm so happy to be a part of it. So happy to be talking to you great people on this beautiful, beautiful Saturday. Isn't it a beautiful day outside? So we'll go ahead and get right into it. I want to just kind of discuss some of the history as it pertains to the history with the bank. So welcome everyone once again. So I'm going to talk about a little bit about the history of the bank. Again, I'm Ann Green. I'm with American National Bank of Texas. And if you may have seen a lot of our branches around. It's this little symbol right here. It's probably popping up all over. So let's just get right into and talk about a little bit of history with the bank. So we were founded in Terrell, Texas in 1875, nearly 150 years of community banking. And also the home of Jamie Foxx. If most of you don't know that he is a native of there. There's actually a street named after him. Go figure. We're one of the largest independently owned Texas banks with over $5 billion in assets. We're local to more than 30 area locations across 8 North Texas counties. We have loans for all types of home buyers, loans you won't find anywhere else. your first home, your next home, refinances, home equity. We'll guide you through each step of the way. We're a full service banking solution. We do business, personal, mortgage, including loan servicing and wealth management. Let's talk about our Ignite program. This is one of our expansive and inclusive programs. It is available only for, of course, American National Bank of Texas. It is for first and next time home buyers. You must have primary resident, it must be your primary residence. And the home has to be in a majority minority census tract greater than 50%. And one thing I like about this particular program is that we have not only a 30-year fix, but we also have a 40-year term as well. And that typically doesn't really happen that much. So we give you a lot of different options to try to make the dream of home ownership more possible to you. We do require 2 months in reserves. I think that's really important to have because, anything could happen and we want you to be well prepared for it. When you go into your home, you want to be as much prepared as possible, and you don't want to go in to be, house poor. You want to go in and actually have, some extra money and be comfortable and confident whenever you go into your home that you can, go in and have a good feeling and just be able to make, comfortable payments and not have to, worry about the different woes that may come up at the last minute because things do happen. We have loans up to $726,200, which is the conforming limit. We do require 3% down. You can gift those funds, have those gifted from a family member. You can choose a heavily reduced rate of 30-year, a 40-year term, or a forgivable subsidy of $7,500, which is our grant from American National Bank of Texas for closing costs and prepaid costs as well. We require a 620 minimum credit score. There's no PMI, which is good. That equals savings. Who doesn't like savings? We do require first-time home buyer education requirement for both borrowers if it's going to be a two-person applicant situation. And it's always good to have and to know and do that because it tells you who does what in each one of the processes. So if you're really and I'm pretty sure a lot of you pretty, new to the process and so forth. And so a lot of terms get flown over your head and you may not understand what they mean. Once you take that class, it's going to make you more comfortable and you'll have a better understanding of who does what, some of the language that goes into it. And so that way you're not lost in the sauce. So I've got some visuals here as it pertains to our program, as well as, maybe some different programs as pertains to conventional FHA and so forth. I always like examples, don't you? So we have the conventional loan with a minimum credit scores. You see all the credit scores for Fannie Mae, FHA, VA, and our Ignite program. So you just take a look at the purchase price. We have the same purchase price. All of the other programs, they have, 30-year fixed term, whereas we have, the expansive term of between 30 and 40 year. Take a look at the down payment, 5%, 3% for Fannie Mae, 3.5% for FHA, 0% for VA, our Ignite program, 3%. Take a close look at the loan amounts for conventional loan, and these amounts are derived because of the down payment amount. So that's why you'll see them changing. So you see how things start to change as we get off into the different types of loans. And these are just some small things that you may not understand. And so with that first-time home buyer class, it's going to help you to understand the different linguistics of each program. So you look at the loan amount derived from, you know, if it's a 0% down, 3%, et cetera. So look at the gift amount that's required or that you can go up to for conventional loan, Fannie Mae Home Ready, FHA, VA, and Ignite. The reserve requirements as such for conventional, 0 months, Fannie Mae Home Ready, 2 months, FHA, 0 months, VA, 0 months, Ignite, 2 months. We also allow seller pay closing costs, and as most of these different programs allow, we're at 3%. Down payment assistance program allowed. We don't allow, we don't overlap with down payment assistance and pertains to, as it relates to this particular program. Now, I know that at one point in time, we were working with the city and Ms. Tammy Sobel, but I believe that they are, the logistics of that is a little bit different. And so we'll just discuss that. And so we'll go into some additional slides as it relates to the loan amounts and so forth. So we're speaking in terms of a $275,000 loan. And I want you to pay real close attention to our program here. And you see the difference in that. So again, you know, some more visuals. I love visuals. Who doesn't love visuals? It helps us to retain the information much better and to kind of get a better understanding of what's going on as it pertains to our pocketbook and our money. So we've got the same, you know, principal and interest payments for a regular 30-year Fannie Mae Home Ready. We've got the our Ignite program for a 30-year. And then we've got the 40-year. You see how it's a lower principal and interest amount. We got the taxes. Taxes are always going to be, you know, that's off to itself. We can't really control that. Homeowners insurance and PMI. So this is for a regular conventional loan, Home Ready. And for the Ignite program, there's no private mortgage insurance. Now you see the substantial savings with that. Just think about paying that for the course of, over the course of 30 years. Do you know how much money that is in savings that you're not having to pay with, you know, not having private mortgage insurance? Here you have your total estimated monthly payment amount, and you've got your monthly payment without the PMI, which lowers your monthly payment. And you can always add that if you're, you know, a mathematician or somebody that's really cost conscientious, you can actually apply that amount towards your principal and interest payment and pay your loan off sooner. But we can always talk about that at a later time. So this concludes the my portion of the presentation as it relates to Habitat for Humanity. I want to thank you all for your time, and, you know, be encouraged, be real steadfast in what you choose to do, and be strategic and set up a goal and a plan, and, you know, just avoid any type of outside distractions. Don't let anyone tell you what you can't do, even if it's, you know, even if you receive a no, it's not a no, it's a not right now. So just be focused and, you know, keep your mind, you keep your eye on the prize, and you can attain anything, and especially home ownership. Thank you. And again, my name is Ann Green, and my information is on the screen. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me. Thank you, everyone.
Our next presenter is going to be Miss Regina Blackwell, and she's with Dallas County. Welcome, Miss Regina.
Hi, everyone. Thank you. All right. Thank you. I'm Regina Blackwell, and I am with the Dallas County Home Loan Counseling Center. And I'm going to be talking about our upfront cost assistance program, or the acronym of, you will hear us call it UPCAP. Our mission with Dallas County is to increase home ownership for low to moderate income families in Dallas and to help sustain home ownership for those who purchase homes. So we are HUD certified and we are HUD certified counselors. So we provide all of your educational needs and your counseling needs that would help you to become mortgage ready. So our UpCap program, it provides up to $7,500 for any down payment, closing, or prepaid costs to any of the first-time home buyers. You do have to be pre-approved by a lender. So once you receive your pre-approval letter, then you can give us a call, let us know, and we will send you the application. Once you get the application, it does have to be completed and with all of the documents that's required. And once we receive that back, it's a short period of time that we would be able to approve for the down payment assistance. So it does have to be purchased. The home has to be purchased in one of the 12 participating cities that HUD has approved, and we'll go over that list in just a moment. The income requirements, they do have that. You have to be within the 80% of the area medium income or AMI, and that's according to HUD. The maximum price that you can purchase is $318,000, and that's for a new or an existing home, a townhome, a condo, or half of a duplex. If the home you're purchasing is tenant occupied, then the home has to be vacant for at least 60 days. And that is just to prevent any displacement of renters and purchasing of a home. HUD homes, they are not eligible. And that is simply because when a HUD home, you can have the repairs done after you close. Our down payment assistance, if any repairs are needed, then they have to be done prior to closing. The home is not, cannot be located in a flood zone. We do determine that for you, but when you're looking for a home, you can also go to the FEMA website, and that will help you determine if the home is considered a flood zone. Okay. So the UpCap does, the first thing we require is an inspection, and the inspection has to be performed by one of our inspectors that is on our Dallas County list. We will provide that list for you. We are only required to have a minimum property standard inspection, or MPS. We want to make sure that the home is safe, sanitary, and decent. But the inspector from our list will also provide you with a TREC inspection and a wood destroying and insect report. So it'll be the whole package. So all inspectors and lenders that require any repairs must be done prior, as I mentioned before. The property, if it was built before 1978, that will require you to pass a lead-based visual assessment of that during the inspection, and that will also be included with that. Lender's fees and charges that the lender cannot exceed $2,500. And your ratios, when you come to your housing ratios, it can't be more than 35%. And your debt to income ratio, no more than 45%. Okay. The loans that are not eligible for our program are any subprime loans, or ARM loans, which is the average adjusted rate mortgage. I'll get that out. Any owner finance or contract to deeds. Those are not eligible for our down payment. Now we're going to discuss the cities that HUD has approved. These are the 12 participating cities that you'll have to purchase your home. Is Box Springs, Cedar Hill, Cockrell Hill, Capel, Duncanville, Farmers Branch, Glen Heights, Hutchins, Lancaster, Saxe, Seagoville, and Wilmer. Those are the 12 cities that HUD has approved for the purchase. And these are the income limits for the AMI. They can't exceed this. So what you would want to do, and we can help you with this too, is your family size will be determined by the number of people that are permanently living in your home. And it's regardless of how old they are or any relationship. So what you'd want to do is look at the family size. Say, for instance, if you have 4 people in your home, then your minimum income or your maximum income, sorry, would be $82,500. You wouldn't be able to exceed that amount. Now, if you're close, or if you're a little bit over, or if you're not sure, that's okay, because we're going to figure that for you during your application review. You do get credit for any dependents or dependent children. You can get credit for anyone that's elderly that you're caring for. And also if you pay daycare. So there's lots of deductions that may help you to meet that maximum income. So don't count yourself out. If you say, oh, I make too much, that's okay. You haven't lost anything by applying and letting us determine that for you. So that this would be how you would determine your gross annual income. Okay. So our UPCAP, you will be required to take our first-time home buyers education class, and we do provide that for you. We have the class once a month. We are HUD certified, so most down payment assistants do require you to have this education. It will give you the entire roadmap to purchase a home and how it goes through all the process, all the forms. So as I believe Ann was saying earlier, you'll feel a lot more comfortable going into the process of purchasing your home after you have this class. You can go to our website. You can go hlcc.org and you can look at our calendar, see what month would be easy for you. It's all done virtually. You just click on the date and fill out the registration form, and we'll send you a link. And the best thing is that all of our services and counseling are free. So we provide everything for you that will prepare you and help you become mortgage ready. So all persons that are residing in the home, of course, that will determine your family size. And if you have any liquid assets that are over $7,000 at the time you apply, then your grant amount would be reduced by the amount over dollar for dollar. Your applicants and co-applicants, they must be citizens, U.S. citizens or permanent residents, or must have a work visa. The applicants, you must invest at least 1% of the sales price of the home, or $1,000, whichever is greater. We will at Dallas County file a second lien on the home for the amount of the loan. You can apply for other down payment assistance, of course, but we do have to be placed second lien. You do have to live in the home or the property for 5 years as the primary residence. And then after the 5-year term is met, then the lien would be released. If you sell or lease out, or you transfer the title to anyone, or you're foreclosed during that 5-year term, then a repayment release would be in effect, meaning you would just have to pay back from the time that you did not meet the term of the loan. During that 5-year period, you could possibly refinance if you were able to get a lower interest and term. Okay. The type of loans or refinancing that's not allowed or eligible are the home equity loans or the cash out refinancing loans. Okay. So that was pretty quick for me. So this is our name of our company, the Home Loan Counseling Service. And this is our address, and you will have access to this as well in the recording. This is our office number and our email address. So just remember, if you need education or if you need one-on-one counseling, we have it. Our services are free. Our classes are done virtually, and you can go to the email address and register for any of the classes or make an appointment for a one-on-one session. So I thank y'all and hope to see and hear from y'all soon.
Our next presenter is Miss Tammy Southall. She's the Housing Program Manager with the City of Dallas. Welcome, Miss Tammy.
Good morning. Good morning. Thank you, Aretha and Habitat, for having us here today. I think this is probably the third or fourth time we've been with you guys, so we're excited to be back. So here to give you some information on homebuyer assistance from the City of Dallas. So let me share my screen. So again, my name is Tammy Southall with the City of Dallas Housing and Neighborhood Revitalization Department. I'm a housing program manager in the department. So the information we have available for you today, we're going to talk about, give you a little history of the program, what its purpose is, what the applicant requirements are, the property requirements, funding information, and how to apply with us. So the City of Dallas has actually provided homebuyer assistance for over 32 years. We've actually assisted over 8,000 households with homebuyer assistance for home purchases within the City of Dallas. So we want to increase availability for affordable housing opportunities and to help support neighborhood and community-based preservations and revitalization efforts. So our purpose here is to provide home ownership opportunities for low to moderate income families by assisting with down payment, closing costs, principal reductions for home purchases in the City of Dallas. And we also, with this, it helps to stabilize neighborhoods. So some of the requirements for the applicants must be a U.S. citizen, permanent resident, or eligible immigration status with a valid Social Security card. They should also have a projected annual household income at or below 120% of the area median income for Dallas. And then the employed home buyers must have continuous employment history of for at least 6 months. And with self-employed applicants, we need to see at least 2 years of tax returns. And then once we do income determination, our income determination is valid for a period of 6 months. So now on a side note, the Dallas Homebuyer Assistance Program, are also known as DHAP. There are 2 extensions of the homebuyer program, and we'll get into that a little bit because the homebuyer or the household income requirements vary among the programs. So with with DHAP, the applicants or the home buyers must own or occupy the property or the purchased property as their homestead. So we don't allow for any type of investment purchases. You have to live in the property as your primary residence. You should also be able to qualify for a 30-year amortizing fixed rate mortgage loan from a program approved mortgage lender. And we'll tell you how to find those lenders in a little bit. The applicant credit must be acceptable. We don't work with any type of high cost subprime loans, adjustable rate mortgages, or interest only loans. And also with our program, we do not allow for cash back as well. So the lenders must establish an escrow account for the buyers for taxes and insurance. And then we do require that the applicants, those who are on the loan, to attend a home buyer counseling course within 12 months of the application from a HUD certified counseling agency. You can take the course in person or online. And it's previously mentioned, Habitat is a HUD certified counseling agency as well as Dallas County. So on our website, we actually will link you to some additional housing counseling agencies for your convenience. And then the applicants must be able to invest a minimum of $1,000 toward the purchase of their home. So monies that you put down for earnest money, if you pay for an appraisal out of pocket, those out of pocket expenditures that you've incurred, we will count that as meeting your $1,000 minimum investment in purchasing your home. Now, we also require that you have at least 2 months reserves available in liquid assets after closing. Reserves being whatever your monthly mortgage is, we need to see that you're going to have at least 2 times that amount available in checking or savings for after closing. Whenever you close, you want to always have some savings in the bank. So in case emergencies come up, you'll have those savings available to assist you with that. And then we do allow our home buyers, you can have liquid assets up to $10,000. But anything above $10,000, that excess amount has to be put toward the purchase of the home. Now, with the, as previously I mentioned, there are 2 extensions of the Homebuyer Assistance Program. We first have what we call our traditional DHAP program. This program is funded through federal funds, and because of the federal funds, it is limited to households with 80% or below the area median income. Now, the amount of assistance that we provide, as you can see, it can be $50,000 or $60,000. For the $60,000, your purchase property has to be in what we consider high opportunity areas. And those are areas within the city of Dallas where the poverty rates would be at or below 20%. Anywhere else within the city of Dallas, the maximum amount of assistance available would be up to $50,000. Now, there's also a sales price limit because of the HUD funds that are being used. It is the current limit is $318,000, and it can be either for an existing property or new construction. This does change on an annual basis, usually in June, July. So look forward the summer for an update on the new sales price limit. Now, our assistance is not a grant. It is considered a deferred forgivable loan. There's no monthly payments on it. There's no interest on it, but it is forgiven based on an annual basis, based on the residency term of the loan, or what we call the affordability period. And we'll get into the affordability periods in just a little bit. Partial payment is due if you sell the property, if it's leased, or any disposition of the property prior to meeting the affordability period. And then when it comes to the affordability period, it is based on the amount of assistance that you receive. So if you receive under $15,000, it's a 5-year affordability period, forgiven at 1/5 per year. Assistance between $15,000 and $40,000 has a 10-year affordability period, forgiven at 1/10 per year. And then assistance more than $40,000 has a 15-year affordability period, forgiven at 1/15 per year. And then we also have our second extension of the program is a targeted occupations homebuyer assistance program. Now, this program is geared for those who are a little bit higher income, but those who are in occupations of educational instruction, so teachers, counselors, principals, people of those of that nature are in those occupations, librarian services, if you're in healthcare or protective services to include fire, police, security, this program is available for you. So for this particular program, your annual household projected income must be at least 80%, but more than 120% of the area median income for Dallas. And the maximum amount of assistance that is available is up to $50,000. This program has been very popular with us. Unfortunately, for this program year, we've already expended our funding for this program. But for future, we will have funds available starting in October. So check back with us in October if you can wait on purchasing. Now, with this particular program, we use general funds to fund the program. So because of that, there's no sales price limit. So the sales price is going to be determined by your mortgage lender based on your mortgage qualifying income and credit. There are caveats though when it comes to the housing payment. The housing payment cannot exceed 35% of your monthly gross income. Now, it has a 5-year affordability period, forgiving it 1/5 per year. And again, partial payment is due if you sell, lease, or no longer occupy the property prior to meeting the affordability period. So here's a chart of the income limits, and this is as of last summer, June 15th. The incomes to change annually by HUD, usually in June. So we'll get an updated chart this coming June. But for now, the current income limits for a household size, we have 80% and 120%. So let's say if you are if you're applying for the home buyer assistance under the traditional DHAP program, which is 80% or below the area median income. If your household size is 3, the maximum income is $74,250. So you cannot make more than that. Now, let's say your household size is 2, you're a teacher and you want to apply for the targeted occupations program. Your income has to be at least $66,000, but not more than $101,376. When it comes to the property, all properties, again, must be located within the city limits of Dallas. We do have maps available on our website to help you help you determine if a purchased property is located within the city limits of Dallas. Properties that come through a program that it has to appraise for at least 100% of the sales price. We don't allow you to pay more for the home than what it's valued at. So it's got to appraise for at least 100% of the sales price. You can purchase a single family home, a condominium, townhome, or 1 to 4 duplex unit. Again, with the properties, it may be occupied by the owner, or it could be occupied by the borrower. But if it is tenant occupied, the owners cannot enter into a contract for a period of at least 60 days after the tenant vacates the property. So all properties that come through our program has to meet the city's minimum housing standards. So we will send out a city inspector to make those inspections. Those inspections are valid for the City of Dallas program only. We do recommend to our buyers that they hire their own truck inspections to get that done as well. I'm going to kind of skip through some of this, but when it comes to real estate owned properties through HUD, we do allow these to come through our program if it was built after January 1st of 78. Now, with HUD homes, with them, they do not allow for repairs to be done to the property prior to closing. And with our program, any repairs that are needed must be completed prior to closing. So if you find a HUD home, it's got to be one that's in great condition where there are no repairs needed. And we also do not work with the FHA 203K loans, which are home repair loans. Now, when it comes to our funding, it is based on need for the buyer, and it's determined by the sales price approved at the mortgage loan and the closing costs. So we do ask for a preliminary closing disclosure from your mortgage lender to give us an estimate of all the closing costs, the lender fees, title fees, escrows, prepays, any credits. We'll take a look at that to determine the actual need of the buyer, but the maximum amount of assistance up to 50 or 60,000. All of our loans are with our program. We do have ratio requirements. Again, the housing expense, which is a mortgage loan, cannot be more than 35% of your gross income, monthly gross income. And then the total debt to income, which is your mortgage payment plus any other monthly debts that you have, may not exceed 45% of your gross income. So we do require that you sign a home buyer written agreement, which is a loan agreement with you in the City of Dallas, which outlines how much assistance you'll receive, what the affordability requirements are. Our loans are secured by a second lien placed on the property, so we will place a second lien on the property. As our previous funding, we do provide at closing at an approved title company. The subsidies are subject to first fund availability on the first come first served basis. Acceptance of an application for DHAP in no way constitutes a commitment or obligation on the part of the City of Dallas. Kind of skip through the rest of that. So for our program, pre-qualification is required. To submit an application, you would go to our website, which is listed on the site. You'll see says how to apply. Just follow those steps. If you have any further questions or need any further information, feel free to give us a call at 214-670-3644. And that's what I have. Thank you.
Our next presenter is Mr. Micah Sutton with the City of Irving. Micah is an outreach coordinator for planning and community development. Welcome, Micah.
All right, good morning, everyone. I'm Micah Sutton. I'm the outreach coordinator for the City of Irving with our Housing and Redevelopment Division. I want to give you a quick overview of our program that we have. It is funded by HUD, and we are considered an entitlement city. The City of Irving receives approximately $3 million in HUD funds. That goes for our CDBG, Community Development Block Grant Program, our Emergency Solutions, ESG programs, and our Home Investment Partnership Grant, or our home programs. The Community Development Block Grant is the largest amount, most flexible for all our grants. We use these funds for home rehab programs, public facilities, and public service grants to nonprofits. The ESG grant is authorized by the McKinney Veto Act, Homeless Assistance Act, Homeless Assistance Act. These funds are mostly used for our rapid rehousing program, our homeless prevention program, and our shelter maintenance operations. The Home Investment Partnership must be used to create affordable housing, building, buying, rehabilitation of affordable housing for rent and home ownership. It also includes our Chodo products and our down payment assistance programs. Our home rehab program, basically, if you need assistance with the air, heating, electric, roofing, plumbing, those type of things, we can give up to $60,000 in home rehab programs. Let's see, our down payment assistance program that we have with the City of Irving, if eligible participants must purchase a home in Irving. That is one of the requirements. You must not have owned a home in the last 3 years. And it's up to $50,000 for rentals or for down payment assistance. Now, you must go through one of our preferred lenders. And on our website, cityofirving.org, you can also find the preferred lenders list and all that good stuff. Must be a permanent resident or a permanent legal resident of the United States. You must have a secured mortgage approval. Again, that's through one of our preferred lenders. And you also must bring at least $1,500 down to closing. Homeless and prevention programs is basically the same, similar to our other programs that we have. It's we can help with homeless prevention and rapid rehousing. Different, and again, you can find out more information on our websites for these programs. And how to apply, you just go to our website, cityofirving.org. You can go to housing assistance programs, and you will see right here where it has the online application, and you can complete the application there. Here's again how to apply, is walking you through which program, when you go to that website, which program that you're looking to participate in, and all of our program applications are available online. And again, this is more information how to apply online. Let's go through our you must create register in our portal, in the portal to apply. And then once you do that, everything, you can upload your documents and complete the application process.
Our next presenter is going to be Ms. Gracie Perez. She's the branch manager with Town Square Mortgage, and she's representing Texas State Affordable Housing Corporation. She's going to be presenting on behalf of TSHAC today. Welcome, Gracie.
Good morning. Can you guys see me?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. Well, my name is Gracie Perez. I am a mortgage loan originator here in Dallas. Well, here we are, Texas State Affordable Housing Corporation Home Buyer Programs. For those of you who are not familiar with this Texas State Affordable Housing Corporation, they are a statewide nonprofit organization. It was created at the direction of the Texas legislature. Their mission is to serve the housing needs of low-income and moderate-income Texans. They have several programs, including home buyer programs to help individuals and families buy a home in Texas. Those programs include the Homes for Texas Heroes Home Loan Program and the Home Sweet Texas Home Loan Program. Through these programs, they help almost 2,000 families buy a home each year. The main difference between the two programs are the professions. For example, the Home Sweet Texas Home Loan Program is open to anyone regardless of profession. And the Homes for Texas Heroes is open to teachers, firefighters, veterans, police officers, corrections officers, and basically anyone related to the health industry. So to clarify, there are two programs that TSHAC has, which is the Home Sweet Texas. Anyone can qualify for that program. And there's the Heroes program, which you have to be in the medical field or in the what is considered Heroes program, which is teachers, firefighters. If you work for the school, you also qualify for that program as well. TSHAC offers two types of assistance to help home buyers under both the Home Sweet Texas and the Homes for Texas Heroes Home Loan programs. This assistance is available statewide with no limitation on location. This is important. They are statewide. So if you are attending this expo from El Paso or San Antonio or Houston or North Dallas, you can use this program because it is a statewide down payment assistance nonprofit organization. The first type of assistance is a low interest rate mortgage loan with down payment assistance attached to the loan. The loan is a 30-year fixed mortgage and maybe an FHA, VA, USDA, or conventional. The second type of assistance is a special mortgage interest income tax credit, which is also known as the MCC. The MCC helps home buyers reduce the tax credit on the taxes you owe to the IRS by around $2,000 each year. And every year after, it's basically as long as you live in the home. If you close with the mortgage credit certificate, you will get a special tax credit from the IRS every year when you file your taxes. If you would like to participate in the down payment assistance program, you will have three different percentage levels of down payment assistance available to you. It will be up to you to decide which assistance option you need. It's very important when you're talking to your loan originator, you have to make sure that number one, they are registered with TSHAC. You have to make sure that the lender knows how to work the program. And your loan officer should consider the 2%, 3%, 4%, and 5% of assistance. Basically, when I'm helping my first-time home buyers, I go through their income, credit, and assets. And secondly, I go through the program and I present, based on your situation, you can qualify for the 2% assistance, 3%, 4%, or 5%, based on the loan that they need, whether it's an FHA loan or a conventional, a VA, or a USDA loan. I also present those options to them as well, based on the rates and the programs that Texas State Affordable Housing Corporation has for my buyers. Right now, we do have, TSHAC has a special program. They are doing a 6.5% rate They got about $75 million to help Texans own a home. You get a fixed mortgage, 30-year mortgage, 6.5% rate, and you get up to 4% in assistance if you do an FHA loan, which is a great program available if you are wanting to buy in the next 2-3 months max. They do get funded by nonprofit organizations. So that's basically the special that they have right now. In the following slide, it's basically explaining the amount of assistance. It is 2% of the loan amount, 3% of the loan amount, 4% of the loan amount, and 5% of the loan amount, not the sales price. So a lot of people get that confused, but it is from based on the sales price, the loan amount. Also, you do not have to be a first-time home buyer in order to qualify for any of the programs from Texas State Affordable Housing Corporation. This is amazing news for everybody. You are considered a first-time home buyer even if you have owned a home in the past. If it has been 3 years since you sold that home and have claimed your tax returns with no mortgage on the tax returns, then you are a first-time home buyer. Also, a few of the times I have home buyers who they say, well, I co-signed for my mom, but that is not my house, and I am a first-time home buyer. That is not true. Once you are on the deed on a property, then you're not a first-time home buyer anymore. However, there's two types of assistance for first-time home buyers, but also for those who are not first-time home buyers, but are using the assistance for their primary home. So I can have a home right now, and if I want to buy my next home and I don't want to sell it, but I need assistance because my next new home is going to be my primary home, I can still have access to down payment assistance. So that is amazing, great news. And there it is. No need to be a first-time home buyer as long as you use it to purchase your primary residence. You can use the assistance to cover the down payment, and if you have any left over, it can be moved to help you pay for the closing cost. So here we are. We have the loans with down payment assistance. The option 1 is a grant. It qualifies for loans with FHA, VA, USDA. It is a true gift that never needs to be repaid. It is honestly a true gift. You can get 2%, 3%, 4%, or 5%. Remember, your loan officer, once you are doing the pre-approval with your loan officer, they will have to go and explain to you the options and which loan you qualify for. So that's option 1, it's a grant. And then option 2, it's a 3-year deferred forgivable second lien. What does that mean? It means that if I'm buying my home the following month, and if I'm using the 3-year deferred forgivable second lien, because it's going to give me better benefits, I have to stay in that home for 3 years. And at the end of the 3-year mark, my assistance that I received from TSHAC is forgivable. Now, what happens? Life happens, right? We are in a cycle of life. What if I need to move? Well, you can sell the home and pay back to TSHAC the deferred amount that you still owe them because you didn't stay at the house for 3 years. What if you refinance because you're getting a 6.5%, and if the rates ever happen to go back to 4, which I don't see in a few years, then you'd still have to pay back the money, a portion of the deferred amount, if you do not meet the 3-year rule that they have. It is a second lien. It's just an extra paperwork that your loan officer is going to be adding to your closing documents. And I honestly have a lot of clients that use the 3-year forgivable second lien versus the grant option, just because the rates are lower with option number 2. So they also have, okay, so this is important. It's a 0 interest on the second lien. So you are locking a 6.5 fixed rate on your main mortgage. They add a second lien and you're not going to be paying interest on the second lien that they have on the home. It's simply a way of them securing the home, and if you ever sell or refinance, the title company will notify them that they're doing a sell or a refinance on your behalf, and that's how they get notified to either forgive you the money because the 3-year mark has been met, or if you're under the 3-year mark, then they send the normal paperwork to the title company so that they get, you know, a portion of the funds back to help other families. Okay. The mortgage tax credit, also known as the MCC, it's for first-time home buyers only. Remember, who is considered a first-time home buyer is anyone who has not owned a home or land in the past 3 years. This mortgage credit certificate is free to our Texas heroes. Who are our Texas heroes? Doctors, nurses, police officers, firefighters, anyone involved in a 911 emergency that work for 911, or our teachers. Teachers' assistants also qualify for the mortgage credit certificate. It is free for them, but it's also available for those of us who are not Texas heroes. You just have to pay a $500 fee to the organization in order to obtain this credit certificate. It's important, if you already own a home and are looking to buy your second home, you can no longer have access to the mortgage credit certificate. So if you're getting pre-approved, it's important you tell your loan officer that you are interested in the mortgage credit certificate and you want to see how it would benefit your case. The mortgage credit certificate gives you an annually tax credit. You have to occupy the home as your principal residence. Your debt to income ratio is reduced also when you are wanting to get pre-approved for a little bit more than you would qualify with just your income. And like I said, it is free for Texas heroes using our down payment assistance program. The mortgage interest tax credit that you will get if you close with an MCC, it's equal to 20% of the mortgage interest paid every year. For example, your loan amount is $260,000, your interest rate is 6.875. The interest paid in the first full year is $17,000. So 50% equals $2,681, no longer a $2,000 cap on the credit earned. It is important when you're going to go file your taxes, you make sure you tell the tax preparer or CPA that you closed with the mortgage credit certificate so that they can apply the right IRS credits on your tax returns. And there you go. It lowers your interest rate to 5.84%. And the lender might also add the 2681 as income on your 1003, which means that if we need to use the income from the mortgage credit certificate because it reduces the interest rate that you will be paying, and it also gives you a tax bracket or a credit or a break on your taxes, we can also use that income to qualify you for more. So what's the difference between a tax credit and a tax deduction? The tax credit, it's a deduction of a tax liability or taxes owed, and the tax deduction, it's a reduction of taxable income. So if you were to owe the IRS and if you have a mortgage with a mortgage credit certificate, then you owe less to the IRS. If you were gonna get a refund because you have a mortgage and closed with an MCC, you're probably gonna get a slightly bigger refund. I'm not a CPA or a tax preparer, but the information is good for everyone to know. Well, how to get started. This is the website, readytobuyatexashome.com, and you follow the steps. You take the eligibility quiz. I mean, honestly, this page has a lot of information for home buyers, for realtors, for lenders, for developers. There's a lot of information there. This is the main website that TSHAC uses. make sure that today, later today after the expo, you go to the website and explore all the options that they have for everybody. You can take the quiz right there where it's being pointed out to. A lot of the times, home buyers take the quiz and then they speak to a lender, or they find a lender and then they go and take the quiz. It doesn't really matter. Your lender, if they're certified with TSHAC, they should be able to explain all the different programs that you qualify for based on your credit, your income, and your assets. It's important to also make an emphasis on the assets. The organization, they don't really care if you have $100,000 in the savings and if you still want to take advantage of the down payment assistance. They don't make you, if you have 20,000, but you know, you need $10,000 for your closing, they're not gonna make you use the $20,000. They don't wanna make you house poor, so they respect your savings and you come to the closing table based on what it was presented to you by the loan officer after all the adjustments, and of course, after how you negotiated your credit with your realtors. There's also a very informative video, how does the process work? I encourage you to also watch it. And then just, you know, pay attention to the quiz, but also you can also explore, there's a few loan officers that are registered and that are, you know, certified to help everyone in Dallas-Fort Worth and the entire state of Texas. So again, make sure you do go to the website, and that is it for me.
We have one last presenter, and we're going to bring her right on up. It's named Miss Rosa Liscano, and she's marketing and development with Texas Department of Housing and Community Affairs.
Thank you for that introduction. I'm Rosa Liscano with the Texas Department of Housing and Community Affairs. We are the Texas Homebuyer Program. And I'm just going to kind of skim through some of the information that I want to share with you today. I'm sure all of you feel like you've probably been drinking out of a fire hose today with all of the great resources and information that you've heard. So I'm going to kind of run through and let you know what we have available for you. TDHCA is the state of Texas agency. We are the official housing finance agency for the state of Texas. What that means is that we're responsible for affordable housing, community energy assistance programs, colonial activities, and regulation of the state's manufacturing housing industry. And we're here to help Texas households earning extremely low, very low, low and moderate incomes. Basically what we're doing is we are dedicated to providing funds for down payment and closing cost assistance for low to moderate income Texas home buyers with as many flexible options and funding availability that you can count on through the state of Texas. Our goal is primarily to help educate not only home buyers, but also our lender partners and realtors on how to streamline the home buying process and how to get you set up with down payment assistance if needed. So what does this mean for you and how does this whole process work? It's pretty simple. For home buyers with TDHCA, we really like to put the bulk of the kind of work on our lender partners. We really do our best to educate our lender partners so that they are the ones that are your go-to resources when you're looking to purchase a home. You're going to first determine if there is even a need for down payment and closing cost assistance. I know that with this particular event, there's a lot of information being thrown at you. There's a lot of different programs out there available to you, and you're like, where do I even get started? How do I know if I qualify for this? Do I even need this? So the first step is even determining what kind of assistance you need, down payment and closing costs, and then kind of go from there. The way to do that is to work with an approved mortgage lender. With TDHCA, you do have to work with an approved lender in order to utilize our programs. So you can visit our website. We have a link that has a list of approved lenders. If you're not sure, maybe you've already been working with somebody and you're not sure, you can see if they're on our list. If you don't see them on our list, feel free to always reach out to us and ask. Sometimes we have lenders that aren't necessarily on that particular page because they haven't shared their references on there, but we still work with them. For example, you heard from Kip earlier, Cadence Bank is an approved lender. So if you don't know of one and you're interested, reach out to Kip. He can help you. He's one of our approved lenders. After that, once you get with the approved lender, they are going to pre-qualify you for down payment and closing cost assistance to piggyback off your first lien mortgage. So as you heard Christian say earlier, everybody here is trying to get you mortgage ready. You need to be able to get mortgage ready and pre-approved for a first lien in order to qualify for the majority of these programs that you've heard today. So if you've gone with an approved lender, they get you pre-qualified, then you can move on to the next step and actually work towards the down payment and closing cost assistance. Let's say you've done that process, you've gotten pre-approved, you're ready to go, you're mortgage ready, then that lender that you've been working with, they're going to do the work. They're going to make that reservation in our TDHCA system for those down payment assistance funds. They're going to lock in that interest rate for you. And this process does not take any additional time to close on your home. So let's say, you've out there, you've been looking for a home, you're under contract. That seller never needs to know that you're getting down payment assistance. It doesn't have to impact your offer. It's just right along the same process with your mortgage loan, and it's going to continue on the process. So it's not going to delay anything. It's going to move smoothly throughout the process. The lender's going to do that work for you. After that, the loan is approved, the lender schedules closing, and you kind of move on, celebrate the dream of home ownership, right? So that's basically the process in a nutshell on how it works with TDHCA and how to get through down payment assistance. And then we're just going to discuss a little bit more about what are the qualifiers in order to be able to get down payment assistance. So with TDHCA, our general requirements, obviously, like I said, you do have to get pre-approved for that first lien mortgage with one of our approved lenders. We do require a 620 FICO score, minimum FICO score. We do have between a 45 and 50% DTI, and DTI is debt to income ratio. If you have no idea what that means, that's totally fine. If you have no idea what your credit score is, that's totally fine. You're here for these resources today, and the people here that we've already heard talk, they have all of this information for you. Your lender is going to be able to let you know where your credit score is at. They're going to let you know if you even meet these requirements or not. And as somebody said earlier, they may not tell you, they may tell you no, but it could just be not right now. So let's say your FICO score is where it needs to be. Let's say you've been struggling with your credit. That's totally fine. We have resources. Christian talked about that. That's exactly what they do. There's homebuyer education. They want to get you mortgage ready. So you can reach out to one of those HUD counselors and they can walk you through the steps on what you need to do to fix your credit so that you can qualify for these programs. They can let you know what your debt to income looks like so that you can see if you're in these ratios so that you can qualify for these programs. Our programs also have income and purchase price limits depending on the program that you qualify for. And again, everybody's situation is different. So, you may need one of our programs, you may need one of the programs that's already been discussed, but overall, we want to make sure that you're getting mortgage ready through the help of either credit counseling or HUD counselors, or one of these lenders walking you through kind of the process. We do also require homebuyer education to be completed. We do have a free online education course on our website available to you. That course must be taken. You do get a certificate of completion at the end of it, and that does have to get submitted with your loan in order for it to be compliance approved. Now, as you heard from previous speakers, Dallas Habitat has a great homebuyer education course. If you happen to go through their course, you complete their course, you get the certificate through them, we will accept that as applicable completion of the homebuyer education training in order to qualify for our program. So if you've already done all that good work, no problem, we will accept that. So real quickly, programs that against, and I know I'm kind of speeding through all of this, but we don't have tons of time, but this is all being recorded. You're going to get copies of all these slides. So, you can reference back on this information. We just want to make sure we get you the information so that you know that these programs are out there and available to you. So we do have the My First Texas Home, and that is geared towards our first-time home buyers. We do accept that for FHA, VA, and USDA loans. But then we also have the My Choice Texas Home. That's for FHA, VA, USDA, and conventional through Fannie Mae HFA Preferred. And we're also releasing Freddie Mac HFA Advantage soon, so look out for that. This particular program does not have a first-time home buyer requirement. So I know I had seen in the chat maybe earlier, some people are like, I have bought a home, I haven't bought a home. We have programs for everybody. So it just depends on what's going to fit your situation and your scenario. So don't forget to ask the questions that apply to you and what you're looking for. So with our down payment and closing cost assistance options, we do have, they're in a couple of different forms. We have a 30-year deferred repayable, and then we have a 3-year forgivable. On either one, our second loans are, there's no interest. That means there's no required monthly payment. Your lenders are not going to consider this as additional debt in qualifying you for your loan. You do have the option to make voluntary payments if you want. That's totally up to you, but there's no penalty either way. Our assistance ranges between 2 and 5% of the total loan amount, depending on the market availability, obviously. And one thing to note is that these are loans. So these are meant to help you get into a home sooner than later. You've been doing the work, you've been working with somebody to get you mortgage ready. And maybe you just don't have that extra little savings to get you over the last hump and you need this assistance. This is just a loan to help you get over that hump. If you do ever sell, refinance the home, and that first lien comes due, then the second lien comes due as well. If you happen to be part of the 3-year forgivable option, as long as you've been in the home for the 3 years, then that's forgivable. If you happen to sell or refinance before the 3-year mark is up, then that loan will become due and payable. Excuse me. So these options are for single family residences, owner occupied duplexes, and then manufacturing homes with acreage. We do also have it's called the no DPA unassisted loan option. This is just something that we kind of released because, market shifted. There was a different need, a different change for what people were needing out in the marketplace. Interest rates jumped up really high there for a while, and they're still kind of teetering at higher levels. So what this no DPA unassisted loan option is, it's a below market competitive rate first lien. So it's actually not down payment assistance. It's just a very competitive interest rate, which allows you to have a lower monthly payment on your mortgage versus having down payment. Maybe you've done the work to get all of that down payment money saved up, you got your right credit score and all of that, and you just need that lower interest rate in order to be able to have a more manageable monthly mortgage payment. This is on a 30-year fixed rate bond, and there's no prepayment penalty, no affordability period, but it is for first-time home buyers only. Another fun thing that we have available, and we really hope that people take advantage of this, is we have these bonus gift dollars available through our local housing finance agencies that we partner with. They are only available in certain eligible counties in Texas, and our programs are statewide. So anywhere in Texas for our DPA programs, but these particular gift funds are only available in certain counties. So we have some in Harris County, some in the city of McKinney, some in capital area, but you would just want to see if the particular home that you're purchasing and looking to purchase is available in one of these eligible counties, because this is free gift money that you can stack on top of the down payment assistance, but it has to be combined with one of our down payment assistance programs. And then we do have a link for that information as well in order for you to access that and see. We're constantly trying to add more regions, more counties, more areas, because this is just an additional benefit to our borrowers. We're wanting you to get the most bang for your buck. If that money is out there and it's available to you, and you don't have to have that extra money, or you don't have to use that extra money in your savings that you put away for maybe down payment or those extra closing costs, and you can stack these gift funds, you might as well. There's going to be costs that you come up as a home buyer after you've closed, that you're going to be thankful that you took advantage of this free money that's available out there. So this is just a quick glimpse to our website. And again, I know I kind of flew through this, but I just want to make sure that you're getting this information, because I know I've kind of been monitoring the chat a little bit, and there's so many questions that I want to make sure that we get to. But if you go to our website, thetexashomebuyerprogram.com, there's a specific section for home buyers, and it's a really simple step-by-step process. Educate yourself. This is going to take you to our free home buyer education course. Sorry, excuse me, guys, I'm getting over the flu. But the education course here, again, this is our free one. If you happen to go through Dallas Habitat and take theirs, great. That's a great program as well. Either way, these homebuyer courses are eligible. You just want to get us your completion certificate. They're going to be needed for your compliance. And then you're going to want to get pre-qualified with that loan officer. Remember, you do have to use one of our approved TDHCA approved loan officers or lenders. Again, if you're not sure, reach out to KIP, Cadence Bank. They're good to go. So you already have those resources available to you. And then we also have an option if you're not working with a realtor yet. We do have realtors who are our DPA specialists. They've taken our training. They're familiar with our program. So that's just another person that you have in your pocket that can help you walk you through this process. And if you're not aware, realtors their services are free to buyers. So if you don't have a realtor, find one, get one. They are there to help you, and they're going to help make this process a lot easier. And then here's just kind of a recap of all the quick links that I shared. Again, all of these resources available on our website. This is such a great opportunity for you to learn about all of this resources available to you. I'm going to also share just our quick contact information. If you ever have a question about any of our programs, if you're not sure where to get started, if you're not sure what you qualify for, if you're just interested in finding out more about what we do, what we have available, reach out to us, email us, call us. I would say that just from hearing everybody today and kind of the information that they've shared and the resources they have available, kind of sit back and digest a little bit of the information that you've heard today and figure out, do I need credit help today? Do I need help with down payment assistance? Am I eligible for any of these programs? Am I limited to a certain area in which I'm buying? I know some of these programs are specifically for the Dallas area. Some of them are statewide. So, kind of assess those things and then maybe get started with Christian and reach out to get with the HUD counselor and see, okay, do I need help to get mortgage ready, or am I already there and I just need to start getting pre-approved so that I can get in the steps to get ready for that home purchase. So I hope that helps you all. And then I'm going to turn it back over to Aretha so we can, I believe, open back up for Q&A and hopefully get some of your questions answered.
Thank you so much, Rosa. Thank you so much. We appreciate you. An abundance of information has been shared today. We hope you all are feeling inspired and motivated to tap into these programs and make home ownership a reality. Now, I'd like to invite all of our panelists back for a quick question and answer session. And be sure to add any questions that you have into the chat. Again, if we don't get to them, we're gonna respond to your questions. Give us a couple of weeks and we will get the answers out to you, okay? And you're gonna get the contact information of all the presenters that are here today. So our first question. The first question is, what are some common restrictions for down payment assistance? And I'm gonna pass this to Tammy and Renee, and we'll start with you, Tammy.
Some common restrictions with our program. One is meeting the ratio requirements of our program. So in order for us to approve funding, the loan has to meet our ratio requirements, which the housing program expense program ratio is no more than 35% and the total debt no more than 45%.
All right. And Ms. Renee, would you like to add anything to that?
I would definitely like to add, as far as restriction wise with us, you can go to our website to look at the application, because with us, you definitely have to submit that through one of our member institutions so that you can prepare yourself. Look on our website for the requirements in the application so you can have your income documents and everything you need available when you submit to the member institution.
All right. Thank you so much, ladies. We appreciate that information. Do any other panelists, do you have anything that you would like to add?
I do. I think I saw a few questions regarding the credit. Texas State Affordable Housing Corporation only needs a credit score of 620 to get you qualified for the programs. The income limits have been extended, so I rarely turn somebody away because they make too much money. I do like that they don't really pay attention to your savings as long as you have reserves, so they don't make you empty your savings account if you meet the reserves required on a special case and you meet the down payment, then you're good to go with them.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Gracie. Our next question. Do I have to repay the down payment assistance if I sell my home? I'm gonna toss this to Micah and also Gracie. We'll go back to you.
No, with the city of Irving, for the down payment assistance program, it's a forgivable loan. So long as you show proof that you have that you're current on your mortgage, current on your property taxes, and you do have mortgage insurance, those three things, you provide those once a year when we send out the letter, and a certain percentage will come off every month or every year until a certain amount is removed, until that full amount is removed.
Okay, thank you for
Yeah.
that, Micah.
Mhm.
Gracie, anything to add?
Yeah, it's the same process. It's a 3-year forgivable second lien. And as long as you keep on making your payments every month, remember, if you close in March, there is not going to be a payment in April. Your first payment is going to be in May. So a lot of buyers do get confused and they say, wait a minute, I closed, 2 months ago, but you skip one payment. So you do have to make your payments consecutive, and the T-Shack will do the math on this side, and they'll let you know, and they'll show you the amortization schedule, so how much you still would have to pay back if you sell or refinance.
Okay, thank you for that, Gracie. Appreciate
And
you.
I will, I'll interject on there. Ours is we have, like I said, a couple of different options. So the 30-year deferred, that one is due and payable if you sell or refinance. The 3-year is also if you happen to sell or refinance prior to that 3-year anniversary date. So just be aware that if you do sell or refinance, those will become due and payable if you haven't reached that kind of anniversary date.
All right, thank you for
I wanna
adding that,
add-
Rosa.
I would just want to add
Yes,
something with ours. Of course, as I was saying before, it is the $20,000 with the qualified approval. Now, we're subordinate to all mortgage liens. So I do want to throw that out there. We do not care about the position. We're subordinate to all mortgage liens. And then as everyone said, especially Mike, I think he stated, ours is 1/6. So you do pay a portion each month. And then at the end of the 5 years, it's forgiven. Now, if you sell before, we can still possibly forgive it. What we would do is we would do the net proceeds and things. There's calculations that we do. And if it's $2,500 or less, we're going to forgive it because we don't want the money back. So whatever we can do to help you keep it, that's what we're going to do. But we are subordinate to all mortgage liens.
okay, thank you. That's good to know, Regina. All right, so next question. What are the key qualifying factors to receive down payment assistance? And I will toss this to Rosa first.
I would say the key qualifiers, again, the best way to determine that is to get with one of our approved lenders so they can get you pre-qualified. From what I've just heard overall for our particular programs, it's a 620 minimum credit score, and then we have debt to income ratios. Obviously, depending on the program that you're applying for, you might have to be a first-time home buyer, you might not, just depends on which one. So I hate to give kind of a blanket answer on that because there's a couple of different stipulations, but if you're not sure and you're interested, I highly recommend getting with a lender that can get you pre-qualified, and then they'll give you the breakdown of kind of what options you have based on your qualifications.
Thank you, Rosa. Do we have any other presenters that would like to add to that?
I think the main worry that we have, or I have seen with first-time home buyers, is the credit. Understanding that all you need is a 620 credit score to get you started with either, Texas State Affordable Housing Corporation or TDHCA. However, some buyers do think that they need a 700 credit score or, higher than 620. And it's really not needed because it's in brackets. To Texas State Affordable Housing Corporation, as long as you meet the 620 credit score, you're going to get the same rate as if you had a 700 credit score. So don't disqualify yourself. Let the professionals guide you. The main thing I look at it right away is the credit. The income we can fix. If you don't have enough income right now to qualify, well, guess what? I'm going to send you to get a different job so that you can get paid more, so that we can meet the sales price that you're looking for.
you, Gracie. Appreciate that. Anybody else have anything to add to that one?
I was going to say, just work with your mortgage lender. All of the approved lenders that we work with, they are familiar with our underwriting guidelines. So work with your lenders, let them know your intentions of applying with the homebuyer assistance programs. And so that way they can take a look at your income and what you could, possibly qualify for based on your income and your credit.
Thank you so much, Tammy. We appreciate you adding that. All right, next question. What are some of the misconceptions about DPA? And Kip, we're going to toss that to you.
I think one of the main misconceptions is that you have to be truly poor to be able to access these programs. And that's not necessarily the case, because I've had several clients say, well, I can't get assistance because of, this or that, and that they still have to put 20% down. It's just so much misinformation out there. And so that's why I'm so grateful for this type of forum, so we can educate the masses. And as we continue to educate more, I think we'll get more people applying and trying to obtain these programs. And that's one of the things that I do is I just try to educate as much as possible, because people just don't know. But they can apply, and we have certain, the key is just apply, and we will work with you and see which one is appropriate for you. And that's one of the things that a lot of realtors say, Kip, I have a client who needs DPA. Can you just email them and tell them what DPA program they are qualified for? And I say, nope, I need them to put in an application, because I need to see their complete profile. Because as you heard, certain ones have a minimum score of 620, some 640, some 680. You have to have a certain ratio of housing debt to income. So, again, it goes to our educating our clients and potential homeowners. And I think that's what helps.
Thank you, Kip. Miss Ann, do you have anything to add to that?
Just being diligent, in terms of, the down payment assistance and so forth. And, you just have to really be conscious about who offers what, just like Kip was saying. There's different nuances. No situation or no one's specific circumstances just like the next person. So it's really, really crucial that you identify and understand what your circumstances are, and get with your lender. Your lender is going to be your best resource. They're going to be able to tell you, this is not what you qualify for, or this is what you qualify for, and they're going to tell you and guide you in the direction that you should go. Certain lenders work with, they're approved lenders with, say for instance, DHAB. Some lenders don't work with DHAB. So you need to really utilize your loan officer and make them as your primary resource as far as, what down payment assistance options are offered. And just go from there. Open up a dialogue. Don't be afraid. No question is a dumb question. Ask away. That's what us as lenders are here for. We're here to answer questions. And we understand that it's not gonna look perfect or be perfect. Just ask the question. That's what we're here for. We love doing what we do. We're here for a reason. We're here to help you. And just stay engaged with us. We'll get you to the right place. I'm pretty sure all of us are on the same, we have the same pathway or the same characteristics. We just want you to win. Doesn't matter who you go with. We just want you to win.
And Aretha, sorry, I'm gonna add to Ms. Ann Green, so shameless plug here at Dallas Area Habitat, we have a preferred lenders and realtors. So you guys can check that out at dallasareahabitat.org/lenders or /realtors. And so we actually have preferred partners that work with first-time home buyers. So that's an option. Again, definitely, we always recommend, people talking about lenders, realtors. We recommend counselors, right? Counselors are your number one person you want to work on your team, because again, they're going to literally guide you with, hey, this is why you want to get with 3 lenders. This is why you want to reach out to DPAs. Again, just because everyone has a title doesn't mean they actually know what they're doing. So here we want to educate you to guys to be better off. So wanted to add that in.
Thank you so much, Christian. Next question, is there a limit to how much I can borrow for my mortgage if I use down payment assistance? And I'm offering that can go out to any presenter.
Well,
Is there-
I think a better, my question would be, what is the sales price that you are trying to achieve? And we need to review your income, and we need to go over your monthly budget. Just because you see a home that it's 500,000 and you are falling in love with, what if you only are pre-approved for 300,000? Or even better, what if you have a monthly budget on a mortgage of 2,500? So the pre-approval is to talk to your lender, submit your documents, submit your application, and let the lender tell you, here's your max approval of 350, but it doesn't mean that you have to buy a home for 350. If you find a home for 250, let me work numbers for you. I think that would be my response to that question.
Okay, anybody else have anything to add? Thank you, Gracie.
And I'll just,
I mean,
I'll
go
just-
ahead.
I'm sorry, I'll just piggyback on that. So you know, again, I'll constantly, I'll reiterate this throughout this presentation. So you want to just make sure you're, whatever lender that you're working with, that is your best resource. First and foremost, you need to start with, you know, what are you comfortable with in terms of your payments? Ask yourself what you're comfortable with. Plan for hiccups. You know, if something happens, you know, if you're, you know, something outside of the mortgage that happens, you know, that you may need to grab money and have expendable money ready and available. You need to be comfortable, and you need a comfortable mortgage payment. You need to find out what your debt to income ratios are. Your lender is going to be able to advise you what that is. Your debt to income ratios is going to tell you how much wiggle room you have in terms of how much you can borrow. And then when you know how much you can borrow, you know what you then be able to qualify for in terms of your down payment assistance. So, you know, those are key factors. You know, ask yourself, you know, what can I really afford here? You know, and then just kind of have those candid conversations with your loan officer, find out what you can afford. You know, a lot of things have changed. You know, what the affordability nowadays looks a whole lot different from how it was a couple of years ago, even from last year. So you definitely, you want to know where you stand right now and what's realistic, and then, you know, work yourself out a budget as it pertains to that. So that way you're in a win-win situation.
Thank you, Ms. Ann. And I know there was somebody else who.
I was just
Okay.
kind of add to that. Again, it really depends on what program you are, you're taking advantage of, because there's certain ones that do have purchase income and purchase price limits, just depending on the program, but also depending on the area that you're purchasing in. So again, it goes back to kind of see what you're approved for, see what your buying power is. Highly recommend asking more so, not just for how much, like Gracie said, you know, okay, $500,000 might be your sales price. What does that look like in terms of my monthly payment, right? Because for me, like, oh, you tell me 500,000, that's great. That's awesome. Sounds like a wonderful number, but what does that look like and what I'm paying every month? If I'm paying $4,000 a month to live in this $500,000 house, I'm not okay with that, you know? So make sure that you're asking those questions. And I see Christian shaking his head because I know that he's come across that with people that just don't understand that difference. And that's why you have these, like you said, get with a counselor. They're going to help explain those things to you so that when you are talking to these lenders, you also know what questions to ask to make sure that you're getting the right information and you're setting yourself up for success.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Rosa. Great advice. Great advice. Thank you so much to all of our presenters today. You all have been so awesome. We appreciate you. Dallas Habitats appreciates you being a partner with us and just doing all you can for the community to make sure everyone can afford a home. So as we wrap up today's event, I want to encourage you to take action with the information you've learned today. Many of these amazing programs have funds available for home buyers just like you. So as a reminder, all of the content you've seen today will be available on our website by Wednesday. and you'll receive a link to view this recording. The recording will be in English and Spanish. Thank you so much for joining us today, and we can't wait to see you make 2024 your year to become a homeowner. Enjoy the rest of your day, everyone. Thank you so much.